Today we're going to be showing you what we think is America's best urban bikeway. We're going to be going over 25 miles, 3 different biomes, some world-class views along the way, and some great places to stop along our route.
So come along for the ride.
Starting the ride here in front of San Francisco's ferry building. First section of this bike ride is going to be through San Francisco's urban shoreline, and then we're going to be making our way out of the city. So far we got some separated bike lanes, some gorgeous palm trees, and it's a beautiful sunny California day today. San Francisco collects these old vintage trams from around the world. This one is from Detroit, putting them to good use.
Yeah, they add so much charm.
They do. So this is not a route that you have to be like a great cyclist for. Mary and I are just recreational cyclists. We bike here and there. And also, San Francisco is known for its hills, but this is not that hilly. But we have our first miniature hill here before we get out of the city. It's Alcatraz right there. Mary is just motoring up this.
Because I know that there's a latte in my future.
And we can start to see, poking out, Golden Gate Bridge. Now we're biking through the marina, which is like a sort of a cool spot in the city near the Golden Gate Bridge on our way out of the city. There's a lot of really nice homes here and a little port with a, I don't know, yacht club or whatever it's called. Good views of the whole city and of the bay here. Mary thinks it sucks, it's built on landfill. Mary, you have more to say?
I didn't say it sucks, but in another earthquake, there should be a total liquidation zone, and I didn't think that that would be the fun fact we'd want to lead with.
That's true. But for now, we're gonna have fun biking through it. And on the right here, we have Crissy Field. It used to be a US military airfield. When the US Army for the first time circumnavigated the globe by plane, this is where that plane left from. And we're here at the crown jewel of this area, which is called Fort Point. It was a fort built in like the middle of the 1800s to protect San Francisco Bay from enemy warships. And it's been here ever since. Originally, when the Golden Gate Bridge was to be constructed, Fort Point was to be destroyed, but the architect, at the last minute, decided to preserve Fort Point and to build the bridge in a way that wouldn't allow its destruction. I wish you could smell what I smell. These eucalyptus trees, it's just amazing. Such a wonderful smell. This hill started kicking my ass. We're going up to get up on the Golden Gate Bridge. There's a nice little cafe at the top that I might need a rest at. So the Golden Gate Bridge wasn't originally supposed to be orange. It was supposed to be like a dull gray, like every other bridge that was constructed during that time. But the bridge and the steel on the bridge was coated in this orange primer, which was supposed to stop it from corroding from the salt water and the fog in the air. And so when they put the steel into place, they actually realized that it looks way better in this orange color, which is called International Orange. And that's how the Golden Gate Bridge got its famous color, and the city of San Francisco got its colors as well. The first town after leaving San Francisco is Sausalito, which is definitely one of my favorite towns here in the Bay. It's absolutely stunning. We're gonna descend in. So it's Sunday. People are feeling great walking around Sausalito here. But Sausalito didn't always used to be like this. It started as a fishing village and as an industrial port, taking lumber from the redwoods here and shipping it across the world. After World War II, Sausalito worked on protecting the coastline with the military installations. But starting in the 60s and 70s, there was sort of like a bohemian influx of artists, of writers into Sausalito. Some people started living in abandoned naval vessels, and then people started actually building houses that could float on the water. And there are famous artists who did this, like Otis Redding, who wrote Sitting on a Dock in the Bay, about living here in Sausalito on a houseboat. Also, Shel Silverstein, the famous poet, lived here. And you can still see the remnants of that today, as there are plenty of houseboats here.
For the Frisco Bay, 'cause I've had nothing to live for. Seems like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
So, we've gone from an urban biome to like a coastal town biome, let's say. People who are really sticklers about biomes might not like this, these definitions. And now we're gonna be headed towards the mountains here and into the woods.
This section is really nice. It's like slightly downhill, so you can cruise no effort.
It's pretty. Perfect day for it too. Mill Valley was where all those giant redwoods that were harvested here in what's now Muir Woods were processed and shipped out around the world. Now it's honestly more of like a posh, nice place to live. There is a international film festival here, the Mill Valley Film Festival, and it's pretty legit. It's actually where Christopher Nolan debuted his first breakout movie, Memento. I love how they like recreated this whole lumber mill, preserved a historical place, and also made it a nice place to stop and eat some food.
Even at night when the sun goes down and like the lights come on, it's just like adds a little bit extra sort of magical allure.
Yeah. It's a good stop before our last stop. And I'm really excited for what awaits us at our last stop. It's one of the few times when I'm excited to finish the trip. And we gotta actually pedal kind of fast because we actually have to be there in an hour and a half, and it takes about 40 minutes. And if we don't get there in an hour and a half, we're kind of in trouble.
We're looking for Airbnbs.
This hill is a killer, but we got a killer right behind us.
A killer for who?
Killer in our midst. Look at Mary. I'm dying, but I can't stop. By the way, this is licorice. Anise. What they make licorice out of. I don't stop with the fun facts even when I'm gassed. This part is more residential, not a separate bike lane, but you don't really need it. Taking a right here at Harbor Cove Way. It's gonna get real. That looks like Foster's home for imaginary friends over there. We're going fast because we gotta make it. Otherwise we're kind of screwed. Well, we just made it to Tiburon, and the best part is still in front of us. We're gonna be taking the ferry across the bay back to the San Francisco ferry terminal, and we're gonna have some great views of Alcatraz and the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, what do you think? Is that the best urban bikeway in America?